Alright guys, welcome back to Monster Misfits. Today we're going to switch gears a little bit. We're going to do something simple, but it'll look cool. So what we got is a Nightmare Maker's mold, and we poured up a number 7 skull. This is with the jaw open mouth. And we got some cool horns that Cobwebs and Candlesticks gave me. So we're going to mount these suckers on here. Now I did dish these out a little bit just to make them a little flusher to the head. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a couple dowel pins in the head and in the horn just to give it that little bit more of a bite for it to hold on. I wish there's a little longer, but these will be fine. And I'll draw out a little hole where I want them. This bit is slightly smaller than the dowel pin. That way I can force this in there to give it even more of a bite. So let's do that. We're going to go ahead and put these in our skull and put our horns on. I'll show you how to do that. Then we'll stain it up and maybe put some hair on it or something. Make it kind of cool looking. So I'm going to bring you along for the journey. So watch till the end, guys. Okay, while our hot melt glue gun is warming up, I got this here from Cobwebs and Candlesticks. Now he makes all these cool freaking magnets. So he sent me home with a bunch of these. These are absolutely beautiful. We'll put them on a fridge. But he also gave me a bunch of these spikes, and some of them have little dowel rods in them. So I think we should put a few spikes in this and see what she looks like. If you haven't seen some of Cobwebs and Candlesticks stuff he makes, go check it out, guys. He makes all kind of stuff. If you need some spikes, resin spikes or whatever, he'll pour you some up and send them on to you. They're pretty cool. So let's add some of these spikes. Also, guys, Cobwebs and Candlesticks are working on some ram horns. So these should be available pretty soon, if not already. If not, just reach out to Cobwebs and Candlesticks and ask him about his ram horns if he's got some poured up. Now, he said these were messed up. I think they're freaking perfect. So get you a set, guys. All right, so now we want to put some spikes in this bad boy. Right there. All right. All right, guys, I think 3 of them is going to do it for us. I think it'll be perfect with 3 of them. All right, so I went ahead and hot melt glued these down, and I'm just going to fill in these gaps with this hot melt glue. It's probably about the easiest thing to fill it in with, or you can use a Bondo for a car or something like that if you wish. So what we'll do is put some at the top, let it set for a minute, then we will let it dry, harden up, and we will turn it over so we can get the bottom half without it dripping so much. It's kind of the goal. You don't want it dripping all over the place. Okay. And fill in them screw holes that you put in the back. There you go. All right. All right, now we'll turn this over and we'll put some hot melt glue. And just tighten it up just a little bit to hold it. Okay. Let me just smooth that out with a stick. All right, so what we're gonna do now, guys, we're gonna stain this. And I mixed about 3 different kinds of stains. All right, guys, so what I did is I went ahead and threw the white dry brush on it. And now we're going to use some greens and some yellows and possibly some oranges just to kind of give it a little bit of color. So let's do that. Then at the end, when this dries, we will clear coat it. Whoopsie daisy. I like green. So now we're just gonna throw some greens in there. You don't have to do the whole thing. We just kind of give it a little color here, there, and yonder. This is just a light green. Okay, now we'll switch colors and we'll do some yellows. And all this doing is, guys, is just kind of giving you some eye candy, so it'll break up that so much of that brown. And you just want a little bit of highlighted colors here, there, and yonder. You don't want to cover up totally your green, but you want to add it to the green. All right, then we'll use some orange. So each color that you're doing, I usually go from my lights to my darks, and that just tones it all down just a little bit, but still gives you a little bit of some cool highlights. See how that comes out there? You got the yellows, the whites, the yellows, the greens, and the oranges. Just I think it makes it look a little better. Oops. Don't need a lot, just here, there, and yonder. It'll be fine. So look at them colors pop on the back of this. I mean, those colors turn out beautiful. So It's what people mean whenever a little bit goes a long way. Check that out. Looks good. All right, so there we go. Those colors turned out pretty sweet. So now I'm just going to give it a clear coat. We're going to let it dry. Then I'll come back and I'll show you a slow motion of what we built, and we'll go from there. All right, guys, just wanted to share this little simple skull with you. Nightmare Maker skull, number 7 with the screaming mouth, and the horns from Cobwebs and Candlesticks, and the spikes from Cobwebs and Candlesticks. Still very light, and it can be very effective. And of course, we did some crazy colors on it. I think it turned out pretty good. Anyway, guys, I don't want to take up much more of your time. We appreciate you watching. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And go check out my trio of brothers as David the Weird Kid Show and Keith the Cobwebs and Candlesticks. And get you some horns and spikes. All right, guys. Appreciate you watching. And we'll see you on the next video. Keep it creepy.